to this week's episode of Olsem Wanem. I'm Florence John Duo. Access to tertiary institutions is an issue in Papua New Guinea. In this week's episode, we take you to Maprik in East Sepik Province, where a resource center was recently launched, and the district joined hands with the University of Goroka, which will be providing programs offered by the university for the people at their district level. Access to tertiary level of education in Papua New Guinea is challenging. Over 20,000 grade 12 students pass out annually, and only over 6,000 secure a space in tertiary institutions throughout the country. The challenge still remains that there are limited tertiary institutions, limited accessibility, inadequate physical, human, and financial resources. Due to this sad fact, many provinces have established open tertiary centers in collaboration with respective tertiary institutions. Recently, Maprik District in East Sepik Province joined hands with the University of Goroka in establishing a resource center.
In terms of the education and the University of Goroka, the resource center, it was my dream to bring university programs closer to the community or closer to the villages. And in so doing that, we built a resource center in Maprik. Invitations were sent out to all the universities, major universities in this country. And University of Goroka were the first to accept that by putting their hands up and said, we're coming. So I'd like to take this time as well and thank University of Goroka for the confidence that they've shown for a very remote places like Maprik, and to come into my district in Maprik and to run programs, university programs in Maprik. It is a blessing to the people of Maprik in itself. For one very remote district, and to get a university, renowned university in this country, to go into and set up a program in Maprik, I take this time and say thank you to the Vice Chancellor and the Chancellor and the councils of university, also to go and run University Council meeting for this year up in Maprik. And Maprik District is so blessed with many other resources, and we're trying to make sure education Maprik becomes an hub for education as well. So we've also got Bainik University that is coming up as a standalone university, and that resource center is called to facilitate the programs as well. So with that, University of Goroka were the first, and with the 3 programs that they've selected, I'd like to take this time and say thank you for them. Thank you for the confidence that they've got for the communities of Maprik and the people of Maprik and for the district. And we as a district will work very closely with them to support them in whatever programs they want to run.
The resource center was built using 1.5 million kina.
I would like to take this time to say thank you to the former National Planning Minister, who is currently the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister for Treasury. At this time, he gave 1.5 million kina to all the districts, 89 districts throughout Papua New Guinea. And for Maprik District, we've shown now to the country that the money was well spent. That is the result of that 1.5 million kina that was given to all the 89 districts. Maprik District, that is the university center, the resource center.
This partnership is an opportunity given to not only the people of Maprik, but all districts in the province to further their education in the tertiary level.
We have a lot of children coming out of the system and they have nowhere to go. So this opens up the opportunity for them in their own environment so they can access education. And of course, education is the key to their future. And so every child has the right to get education, get to where they want to go. They could be employed in a work environment or be self-employed. But they must have the knowledge they need to be able to sustain their livelihood. And they have the right to to that education, and UOG provides that opportunity. And our centers are growing, and that will also provide the expansion we need. So we also, we get the students we want to be, to give them that opportunity. At the same time, the teachers. Our core program is in teacher education. As education is expanding, we also have to provide quality in our teaching, and our teachers are the key to teaching, and that provides that opportunity for teachers to be upgrading their qualification in their own environment.
Partnership. This is an important key areas that University of Goroka is looking at. We are coming to Maprik because the DA, the leadership, they are interested to partner with us. So where there is partnership, where there is understanding, where there is collaboration, we want to bring that service to the people. So without any support from partners, we wouldn't be bringing our programs to the people. And we appreciate our council members. For the first time, they are having a council meeting in Maprik. We cannot come if we don't have people who want us to come to their place. And we are making it happen because there are people leaders, and there are people who want to provide that university education to the people in the rural areas, and that's why we are here. And we want to make University of Goroka programs relevant to the people, and now you have all witnessed the people are happy, we are happy. That's where we can all contribute to human development. And I'd like to stress that any other programs, university programs that want to keep going, we will need partnership and collaboration with a lot of stakeholders. And that's our message to other people who want to see our university programs to their areas. They have to come forward, and we have that common understanding to provide university education to wherever in Papua New Guinea and in the Pacific. We are willing to work and offer programs with quality.
The University of Goroka will be providing diploma and bachelor degree courses for the people of Maprik at their district level. More on this when we come back. Since the University Resource Center opened in Maprik for intake, the eagerness shown by the people to be enrolled is astonishing. Just within 2 weeks, over 80 students have registered, and it is predicted that by the end of the month of its establishment, 200 students will have been enrolled. The University of Goroka is offering diploma and bachelor degree courses.
In general, I would say the parents and the students are just so privileged, and they are very happy now because Resource Center and staff now, UOG is here and here to stay with the people, just bringing the university very close to the doorstep, and people are so excited with the program that is on offer now. Currently here at the Maprik Resource Center, University of Goroka, it's 2 weeks into its operation now, 2+ weeks now, and the interest has really grown over the 2 weeks. Okay, we are offering diploma programs that's in management, early childhood, accounting, tourism and hospitality, PGD, and bachelor in education, specializing in school management. So I have well over 70, it should be 80 applicants by this week. Yes, of which I already have my acceptance from the FLUOG, and registration should start next week.
For the people of Maprik and East Sepik as a whole who will benefit from the Maprik Resource Center, the good news doesn't stop there in terms of courses being offered by UOG.
Maybe also for the information of the Maprik and the Central Sepik students. In the second semester, we are going to offer Masters in Leadership here, or by distance. So this program will be available in the second semester this year. There are several courses that we are externalizing it. In other words, writing it for distance delivery so that it can be delivered through centers like Maprik and elsewhere. And as you heard, our interest is to bring university education closer to where the people are. The university education right now is too far away from many of our people. Papua New Guineans who want to get university education cannot get it because the dormitories in those universities are a limiting factor. No new dormitories are being built, and therefore no new opportunities. But the secondary schools, as you know, has been growing ever since. Secondary schools are growing, student numbers are increasing, tertiary places is limited. So University of Goroka is, through this gown to town concept, we want to make sure that the university education is accessible, provided closer to where the people are. So tertiary education can be accessible.
Furthermore, another tertiary institution will soon join hands with the Maprik District, and that is Divine Word University.
For your information, the information table at Divine Word University, they got meeting of faculty belong all. The time the blouse can be complete. Top part of the floor, and top of the hospital building, and more faculty belong medicine long Divine Word University by established center belong up. So I am a big plus something through the district exhibit because district will talk, bring him side belong school doctor come out from rural areas. Now I am a big plus part to back, people looking back come up with in a long time. So by me go through the process to us.
The people of Maprik were encouraged to make good use of this opportunity, as it has been made available and accessible for them in their own district.
What them to the school in Agolongam, come look here. All right? Unless you know where the school stop here, then you can go out. Me encourage you to come, enroll, start school right away. Ogun line, me play nablo coffee nigalo balus, me play nablo sibarab, me dalo nablo hap, inave minabos. Now, any time, them like the south straight out of the ground of the street.
Mila appeal on Olsem Wanem. You will come na register. You will register him long. Early childhood education, what the diploma, the 2 years course or something or same. Now postgraduate diploma. Emblo online, we shall get degree finish, but all like our teacher, all staff teach long all secondary schools or high schools now, all in our certificate long teach. M2 only can come to register now. Narapla program I play around him. I'm also Martin if it's in grade 12. Na only no kishin good mark or English, maths, science, biology, legal studies. And now people like him offer him certificate long tertiary studies, long campus or long study center long here la Maprik. People also Martin Laharim Guda. When you give me the opportunity to go to school and learn, grab that opportunity and run with it.
When we return after these short messages, we further discuss how this initiative will be beneficial for the people of Maprik, as well as how the people of Maprik should take ownership of this initiative. Developing initiatives that will benefit the people right at their doorsteps is a bonus. Parents and guardians spend thousands of kina to send their children out of their home provinces in search of tertiary education. Member for Maprik John Simon emphasized that it is one of his aims to make tertiary education accessible for his people. He is urging the people to make good use of this opportunity.
My other appeal to the parents and people of Maprik is I've said this time and time again. Why sending your students to, come to Mosby and stay in Mosby and do this, attend this same program, or go up to Goroka and, stay in the communities in Goroka and go to attend the same programs. You could stay back in Maprik and do it in Maprik and attend the same program, closer to your family, closer to your parents. And I would like parents and students to take this seriously. It is an opportunity. I've done my part in the district to bring this program closer to you. Now take ownership of it, look after it, and run with it. We have done what we can do for you. We have brought the programs, the university programs, closer to you, and we would like you to take ownership of it. My appeal to the Maprik community is we need to look after this institution, and we need to look after and make Maprik District become conducive environment, so that a lot of other districts will be happy to come and enroll in the center, and obviously you will have many other spin-offs when this start to happen, and we'd like to see that happen in our district.
The first 100 students who enroll at the center will be recipients of 1,000 kina each, a commitment by the District Development Authority.
My DDA, we have made a commitment of 100,000 kina. That is to support first 100 students that gets enrolled into these resource centers. 1,000 kina will subsidize the fees for every student, every first 100 students. And mind you, these are for first 100 Maprik students. But we are sending invitations out to other neighboring districts. University of Goroka does not belong to Maprik District. University of Goroka that's going to run programs that all the other districts can, our young students, our young graduates, our young students that's coming out from secondary schools and all the other teachers, they can come and attend those programs. Like Yangur Sausia, Wasaragawi, Ampundi Dragikia, Nukulumi. We'd like them to come and use the facilities as well. The UOG is now set up in Maprik, and they have selected Maprik to be one of the centers. And other universities as well, we've sent out invitations. Divinewood has made a commitment to come this year as well, to set up and run similar programs up in Maprik as well.
The people of Maprik are urged to take ownership of this resource center as it is their property, which will help develop their human resource for the betterment of their district.
Papua New Guinea, we put the plan, the graffiti, come, you shall have to so long, Bainik, Sepik Agriculture College. The second look, all post, all some people fire finish. If you pay the local if you line Maprik or one and a half, you know, good person. Now you must be them same man. The local municipal buildings. That it's more than just a resource center. We have to work really and truly hard. And your friends or everybody who's surrounding your district. So you're not going to see Maprik, that's all. Trekikia, Ambundi, Wasaragawi, Yanguru, now Narabla Tupla district too. It's part of you. It's part of us. So let's build a united Papua New Guinea. But you provide the impetus and leadership. And you working now, yeah?
Having tertiary education institutions in provincial districts is rare, and only a few districts are privileged to be provided with this opportunity. People must take ownership and work in collaboration to ensure the smooth operation of this resource center. After the break, we talk about the impact certain policies and reforms have had on the education sector, as well as highlighting some of the challenges the Maprik district is still facing. When certain reforms and policies in terms of education come into play, they did have an impact on certain areas of education. There was an increase in the lower level and only limited spaces in the tertiary level.
We have a huge contrast between quality and access. We now have increased access at lower level, and there is a very huge bottleneck, or I would say a very slim bottleneck at tertiary education. We could only admit about 4,000 to 5,000 grade 12s into tertiary education every year. That is a huge bottleneck compared to about more than 23,000 grade 12 sitting exams. The other report that the government also commissioned and it did not go through, that was the review and the possibilities of establishing the National Open University. That has not gone past NEC for its approval. And so given that light for Maprik DDA, we can't continue to sit back and see our children from the district traveling distance. Most of them get killed along the way, get attacked along the way. Most of them miss their parents, especially in land, must be where we find most of our young children in search for education lose their lives. So for Maprik DDA, we've come up with this program by first of all establishing the university center. Our main drive is basically to bring university back closer to the people, where bulk of our people lives. Our grade 12s must not travel so many distance, leaving the country, leaving the comforts of their family to get tertiary education. So now coming back to the question of the University of Goroka being here, it's within the spirit of establishing a center that can bring in different universities. So the model that we are now building here in Maprik is basically, it's kind of a conduit that we set up. So we are also bringing University of Goroka is the first, and we are also bringing Diwanwad University, University of Technology, and University of Papua New Guinea. What we are saying is that DDA is providing the avenue. All the universities, instead of you come and run your own campuses in the district, you come and you run it through the resource center. District Development Authority has also gone into creating the structure, and we will do that in consultation with our provincial administration to create the structure to accommodate our director for the campus. So that director will coordinate all the universities that are based here on the campus. So it's basically a drive to achieve, it's kind of a drive to achieve the access to tertiary education, where national government is not able to capture that through our colleges and universities at the moment.
Maprik District has had its fair share of challenges in terms of development as outlined by the town mayor.
You know, all these times, over these 5 years, you know, it's very, very sad for me as the first time mayor for this Maprik urban local level government for not getting any support from the national government through establishment grants, since it was proclaimed as a local level government back in 2013. And up until now, 2018, for 5 years, nothing to show cause. So in fact, no establishment grants for the start of the LG. And over the years, there was no LGSIP, what we call local level government support improvement program funds. Those funds were also not forthcoming. And I found it very, very difficult in order to implement all my plans over these 5 years. You know, as an elected president and the mayor for this township, I'm expecting to put in some tangible development during my 5-year term, but unfortunately they were not forthcoming. It was a very, very sad scenario for me. It did not come out well for me over the years, and I'm now calling on the national government to put in place quickly, to backdate, or if possible, whatever the funds they can put in place, including the establishment grants, which I did not obtain at the start of the LG as I mentioned. And the outstanding LG SIP that were supposed to be given or paid to this LG over these years were also not forthcoming, and I would also like these funds to be forthcoming.
The town mayor expressed disappointment for the lack of support by responsible authorities, as he pointed out the inability to implement his plans and the completion of the Maprik urban local level government office complex.
Unfortunately, as I've said, it's a very, very sad scenario. I'm not very happy. The funds I'm still lacking, and the building is yet to be fully completed. Unfortunately, it cannot be completed because due to lack of funds.
Mayor Dingu also outlined some of the projects that they have successfully delivered.
Through the PSRB fund, Provincial Support Improvement Program funds, it's budgeted on the education sector, law and order, and we've got the road maintenance and the bridge and all these debts. We including the water supply, village courts. So we've done a fair amount of work. Yes, of course, I've done that. Some good amount of works. I've delivered about 70,000 kina per year to all the three established primary schools in the district. With the funds being designated for the primary school, so it should go to the way it should go. So I've got a fair bit of work being done apart from this big project, which still lacks government support.
And that's all for this week. Until next week, if you have any comments or stories you would like to share with us, please send us an email via the address now showing on your screen or visit our Olsem Wanem Facebook page. Until next week, I'm Florence John Duo. On behalf of the entire Olsem Wanem team, thank you for watching and take care.